Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I know y'all, they are back. It's season 2, episode 1, and it was titled Best of Frenemies. Alright, y'all, real quick, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. Alright, real quick, y'all, because I didn't even realize they had came back on. Because last year they came on Wednesday, right? And now they're on Sunday. And if I was not scrolling YouTube and saw Color Me Pink had posted her recap review on the show, I wouldn't have known it had came on. So, because I rarely look at my DVR unless, like, I'm watching about to watch. I would have gave y'all this, like, on Thursday or something. Because the only time I look at my DVR is when I'm watching Married at First Sight. But yeah, so here we are, and I'm not too late or nothing like that because it just came on yesterday. Boom. So anyway, y'all, let's just jump into it because you know this season is going to be lit with some drama because of the whole Jen Shaw thing. So that's how it opened up too. It opened up with them all like on this party bus. So I think it was the new girl Jenny. I want to say Meredith was on there, and Whitney, I think, was coming onto the bus because she had the little schlotsky thing with the shot thing. So I want to say it was them on the bus, but I can't really remember who all was on the bus. And I want to say Heather was there too. So they all on the party bus. Jen get this phone call. So she like, hello? Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Can you turn this mic off? Can you turn the mic off, please? Turn it off, please. Oh, okay. All right. I'll be right back. So then she go outside, right? So she on the phone, she talking, yada, yada, yada. Then she get back on the bus and she was like, oh my God, I just got this phone call. I'm gonna have to go. So he was like, oh my God, you gotta leave, girl, what? She was like, yeah, I got to go. So they like, all right. So child, 12 minutes later, all these helicopters, all these cops, like, it was a bunch of them, y'all. Everybody looking like, what the hell is going on? What's popping up? And child, the cops get on the bus like, where's Jen Shaw? They was like, Jen Shaw? Like, huh? Who? What? She not here. She left. So they looking like, oh, she left. Oh, okay. So then they show scenes of them at her house with a search warrant. So they searching up property and stuff like that, child. And then everybody's trying to figure out what the hell happened. So Whitney, I think the bus was in motion at this time. Whitney was looking on the phone and she was like, oh my God. A Real Housewife, Jen Shaw, was just arrested for fraud and money laundering. I said, what? So then they showed Jen coming out the precinct, with the handcuffs and stuff like that. And then there was like some scenes that was like, well, share what you know, because y'all know all the stuff, and share what you know. And then they was like, well, what do y'all know? And so I said, oh, so y'all know some extra tea. And I think Heather might know some stuff because you know they was best friends. So Heather might got all the insight and all the tea. Child, this season finna be popping. That's all I got to say. And then it said 2 months earlier. So I said, dang, we gotta wait 2 months. But whatever. So we open up with Jen. She got a new place. So it's called the Chalet 2.0. She said the other place, the lease ended, so they ended up getting another place. Lisa is coming over, and you know Lisa or her animated stuff. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I said, girl, if you say I love it one more time. Because Jen was giving her a tour of the place. The place was cute and everything like that. It was typical Jen Shaw. The closet was nice and big. She used the extra bedroom to, you know, set up a closet and stuff like that. She tells Lisa how the last 6 months has been rough and stuff like that because, I say stuff like that a lot. I'm gonna cut that out. So, she tells Lisa how 6 months ago, her husband, he was Coach Shaw. That's what she called him. What is his first name though? I can't think of his real first name, but I just know she called him Coach Shaw, but I cannot think of this man's real first name. But at any rate, she was saying like her shenanigans had pushed him over the top, and he was like, you know what, I'm leaving you. He had already got a divorce attorney, child. He had filed for divorce. He was like, we done. So of course she was like, oh no, let me get my life right. Let me get myself together and stuff like that. Let's go to couples therapy. Let's do all this. So now they're doing a little bit better and whatnot. What else, child? She was saying like she was happy because she finally faced what was bothering her. You know, the whole thing where her husband didn't show up to the father's funeral, so that was bothering her for a long time, but she had finally got that out last season, so she felt a little bit better. But she went back, because remember at that scene, she had said that she was going to change and stuff, but she had reverted back to, getting loud, doing all this other stuff, drinking, and, acting typical crazy Jen Shaw. But now she says she's in a better place, and she want to get her friends, the friend group, back to a place of peace or whatever. So Lisa was worried that the girls would feel some type of way about her being friends with Jen. And she was worried that her friendship with Jen would tarnish her relationship with Meredith, because, they've been friends for about 10 years and stuff like that. And she feels as though Whitney and Heather told lies about her, and she wants to compare it to Jen and Meredith. But I'm like, girl, there is no comparison with that, because Whitney, because it took me a minute, it took me until the end of the damn show when Meredith had told us why Lisa was upset with Heather and Whitney, because I didn't understand it myself. But she upset because Heather had said that she knew her in college, or she didn't know her in college and stuff. I said, girl, that do not compare to what Jen did to Meredith, where Jen was telling people that Meredith slept with somebody else, and did she all on Twitter or Instagram talking about her son and all. So that do not compare. So I need Lisa to sit the beat down and be quiet, because the two don't even compare at all. Then we see the next scene with Meredith. She dressing this dog up looking like cotton candy. Heather came over because she was skiing, so she wanted to see Lisa's new place. So Lisa got a new place, her and Seth, because they was starting over in their relationship, so they wanted to get a new place, just kind of start new grounds, new roots and stuff like that. So they got a new little condo or something like that. They sitting down, they talking and stuff, and Meredith tells us that her relationship with Seth has gotten better. They had, they're still having like rocky times, but the rocky times are getting fewer and far in between, and the better times are, way more than what they were. And then Seth is splitting his time between, where is he working at? Is it Colorado? It's somewhere. Where is he working at? Because wherever he's working at, he's now splitting his time 50-50. I cannot remember where he said he was working at. I want to say it was Colorado, but I don't think that's right. But y'all let me know down in the comments. But anyway, he split his time 50-50 versus spending his time more there and not, coming home and seeing the family and stuff like that. So she's happy with the new arrangement that he's doing. And they're, like I said, they're doing better. Heather starts talking about her oldest child. I think her name was Alicia or Ashley. Something with an A. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. She's having senior night, and they're going to pick colleges and stuff like that. And she tells Meredith that all her daughter's friends have stayed at home and have went to community college, but she don't want that for her daughter. She want her daughter to go to a way college, have a good time, be the fun time girl, show her cha-chas, drink, do whatever, just live it up or whatever, because this is the best time in her life to do that, when she is in college and just getting those that experience pretty much. And then, child, we saw the damn dog on the table. She was like, my dog thinks he's a cat. I said, if you don't get that damn dog on the table. Here we saw Whitney, child. So Whitney with her kid and her husband. It's going to be one of her stepson's birthday. She said it's kind of weird because her stepsons are close in age. Like, one is 29, one is 26, one is 23, and she 34. I said, girl, you ain't nobody mama but that youngest child. But you, at this rate, you just like a cool auntie, a cool big sister. Like, no, girl, you ain't their mama at all. But they take shots and stuff. They having a good time. She tells them about her beauty line that she started 4 years ago. She's changing the name to Wild Rose. And child, when she said, I'm gonna be happy to make my own money so I don't have to. I was cracking up. I like Whitney. But anyway, she said that she a role model for the children and all this other stuff. I said, girl, you a whole role model, but you up here taking shots with them. Whatever. The thing that killed me was this girl. Everybody out in the hot tub. They didn't put bubbles in there and stuff. Everybody having a good time in the hot tub, child. She goes. I don't know why they let her inside by herself, because they had about 5-6 shots that we saw on camera. Child, she go in to get the damn birthday cake. She got forks and knives in one hand with some plates. Then she got the cake on like this little cake thing. But the cake thing is best if you just sitting it on the counter. It's just something to look cute on, not to carry the cake on. She carrying the cake. Why did cake fall? So she like, oh my God. So then she proceeds to pick the cake up. The cake all fell apart. She put the cake back on the damn cake thingy. And then she tried to put the candles on there. I said, I'm not eating at her house because I know she ain't finna serve this damn cake. So then she like, oh my God, okay, I got the cake. Why she got the cake still? Boom, the cake fall again. I was cracking up. So then by the time she got this cake out there, it looked like it was just like, you ever take a piece of bread and ball it up into a ball? That's how the damn cake looked. And then it had these candles sprouting. Oh God. And then by the time she got it out there, that's what the cake looked like, my child. Then she drops the cake a third time. I was cracking up. I said, just let it go. just let the cake go. They was laughing. So they was just like, because they was probably all drunk this time. I was cracking up. That thing had me dying. Do you hear me? Mary, we see Mary. She at her church because, you know, she got this church from her grandmom. Her grandmom had left it to her will. Because of COVID, nobody has went to church and stuff like that. So she got the church chairs saran wrapped up. Robert was stuck in Florida for a while because he was scared to fly because of COVID. And so she was alone. She said she had her teenage son there, but he don't talk to her. So she basically was alone talking to herself. She said she was talking to the mannequin. She was just talking. Okay. So then she had this bright idea to do this podcast. So then she doing this podcast, child. I don't know who that man was who started not preaching, praying. But he was getting into it. He was like, first it was calm. He was like, you know what, dear God, you know, I just want to bless this day. And then, you know, he was real calm. Then it was, and then Jesus, and then he walked on the water. And then I was cracking because she was like, calm down. He was like, huh? Oh God, he had got the Holy Spirit, child, but she was like, calm down. I was cracking up. I said between Whitney and this damn cake and Mary and this guy preaching, praying. Oh my goodness. But anyway, they talking. The podcast seemed odd. It was weird. The one guy with the mustache, he reminded me of the Clumps from Nutty Professor. I was just laughing at the whole scene. But she started talking about, it was kind of all over the place, and maybe it was editing or something, but it was just weird. And she was saying like her son is lost and he's trying to find his way. And then she ended up asking the guy who started the first prayer, we gonna call him Holy Spirit. She was talking to him. And then she said something about, did you ever do drugs or something? And he was like, well, you know, we all had a past and stuff. You know, I was smoking marijuana. She was like, well, we didn't call it marijuana. We called it blunts back then. But she was smoking. I was just like, where is we going? And then she said that she don't trust human beings. She was made by God, for God. And then she got all emotional. And she said she don't feel driven. No, she said she don't fit in, and if it wasn't for God, she wouldn't be driven or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe it was the way they sliced it up. It was just weird, like a weird podcast. It didn't flow. It was just like kind of all over the place. I was like, is this like live or was they practicing? Like, what is going on here? But Maybe people listening, y'all could tell me what the podcast sound like, but I know what they showed, it was just kind of all over the place. It was just like no type of theme or nothing like that. But at any rate, y'all, Mary got a podcast, and that's what she's doing now. So then we see the new lady, Jenny. She was doing piano lessons with her daughter. She is a friend of Lisa's, and they've been friends for 10 years. Their children went to the same private school. Not Henry. Henry is the youngest one. What is that child's name? I can't think of that child's name. But him, is it Jack? Yes, I think it's Jack. Jack and her son, they went to the same private school, and they are best friends. So Lisa had tapped Jen on the shoulder, was like, oh, my son is best friends with your son, and so, you know, let's be friends type thing. And then they turned around, they was both pregnant. So then, you know, they bonded over that. Child, when she asked that little girl, do you get A's? Jen's little girl, she said, yeah, we are Asians, not Bejans. I said, oh, okay. So then Jen tells us, because they asked her, Jenny, I should say, because we already got a Jen. Jenny, they asked her how old she was, and she was like, I'm 45. Oops, my bad, I'm 43. So she was like, I'm 2 years younger. They was like, what? So then she explained when they came over, her dad, she was 7 when they came over, but her dad dummied up her birth certificate, I guess, and made her 2 years younger so she can go to kindergarten. I said, oh, it was that serious? She didn't just go to the first grade? Like, what? But I said, that's weird. So she 43 on paper, but in real life, she 45. Her husband is Catholic, and so what was she before? She was Christian before, because when they came over, because first of all, Lisa, like, if you want to hear about poor or something, listen to Jenny's story about how she came over from Vietnam. I said, girl, that's not how you know. But Jenny tells us how they came over from Vietnam, like the fish boats on top look like a fish boat, but on the bottom is carrying people and stuff like that. So they came over, and then they went to this refugee camp. I did write that down. Yeah, they went to this Thai refugee camp. So that's where they were. And then like this Christian group adopted them. And so that's how she became Christian. When she met her husband, during a blind date and stuff like that, you know, they kicked it off and whatnot. He was Catholic, so then she converted to being a Catholic. So her husband, Dow, is D-U-Y. Do. He is a chiropractor. They've been married for 14 years. He, they're like a little adjustment on Jack down there. I was like, oh shoot, that looked like his back felt good after that, because he was popping, and you heard all the pop. Now I don't know if Etta didn't put them noises there, but he was popping the heck out of Jack back. I know he felt good after that. And then what took me was when Jenny was describing her husband. She was like, oh yeah, he was fine from the face down, but at the face up, I was like, you know, it's too late, you got me there. I said, but she called her husband ugly. I thought he was kind of attractive, but maybe she didn't, child, to each his own. Next we see Jen. She at her place, her son about to turn 27. I said, not that she up here calculating the math and like 2021 minus this year. Oh yeah, he gonna be 27 this year. I said, girl. But her mom, and like it looked like the whole family was there, and her aunt. Now, child, the way they was talking about this auntie last season, I thought the auntie had died or something, child. But the auntie's still alive. She just, you know, had a double amputation. And now she got, you know, prosthetic legs and stuff. So Jen had to make this whole big deal about the lady prosthetic legs. I said, we do not need to see this lady prosthetics. But, okay, Jen. We understand, okay? So, then she had to make it known that her auntie don't smell like the hospital. She smells expensive like Louis Vuitton. I said, girl, shut up. Let it go. Let it go. Her mama was getting all emotional because, you know, the dad wasn't there and stuff. But, you know, that was pretty much it for that scene right there. Then we saw the girls, Whitney, Heather, Mary, and Meredith. They got together like this little igloo and stuff, and they having lunch or dinner. Who knows, dinner? Who knows what they talking about? Then we find out Meredith's father had passed away. I said, "Oh my God, girl!" So Mary's dad passed away, and Heather's dad passed away. And remember, they told Dad during the reunion, which was the reunion 2 months ago. No, how long ago was the reunion was like, I'm gonna say a year. Wasn't it like a year ago, y'all? So at the reunion, we had found out about that. So, Mary was saying, that we understand and we here for you because we know what you're going through because, our fathers passed away and stuff. And Meredith tells us that her father had like dementia and he was already sick too. But, so she lost her father emotionally because of dementia. Like a few years ago, I think she said, but she said like now, she lost him physically and she didn't know how it would have affected her to lose him physically since she had already lost him emotionally and stuff. So it was a real sad moment. And then they prayed, over the food and stuff. And then Mary did a prayer for Meredith. Then Heather says, have you told Jen and Lisa? So Meredith says, yes, I told Lisa, she was there for me because, we got a friendship and stuff. And, she felt, sad and said, what I can do for you and yada, yada, yada. And Heather tells us that she has not spoken to Lisa nor Jen since the reunion. I said, oh, wow. And then Heather did say she recognizes that she needs to apologize to Lisa, but she don't know about Jen. And she said that Jen tries to give her this, this friendly juice or something like that. Mary was like, friendly juice? I don't want none of that because I don't want to be friends with somebody who's going to treat me like crap. I said, I know that's right, girl. So, then that's when we find out that Jen was saying like homophobic stuff about, Brooks, her, Meredith's son. And she like, I don't understand why she agreeing with people saying stuff and why she liking stuff and why she making comments and doing all this extra stuff. Like, what do she have to gain? Like, if she apologized, because then she apologized to Meredith at the reunion. And then she apologized to her at that party that Heather had at the end of the show. So, like, you apologizing, but yet you falling back to the same old stupid shit. So, like, it was just weird. So Meredith basically like she owed me an apology to my whole family, and until she do that, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. Meredith is at her house. The next thing we see is Meredith at her house, and she, with her family and stuff, they making this Jewish feast in honor of her father. It's called I wrote it down, the Shabbat. Yeah, the Shabbat in honor of the Sabbath, and then she's going to put it in tribute to her father passing and stuff like that. Seth is home, so she said, because Lisa came over to visit, well, not visit, she invited Lisa and her family because was Lisa Jewish? She practiced the Jewish religion, and then I think she went to Mormon. Why did she become a Mormon? I can't remember why she became a Mormon, but I believe she was practicing, she was a practicing Jew. I think that's what it was. And then she went to become a Mormon or something. I don't know. Because I don't know if her husband was a Mormon already. I cannot remember, y'all. It's been so long since we watched this dang on show. But y'all refresh my memory. So at any rate, that's why she invited Lisa over. And then, of course, she wanted her friend there because she's going through a tough time. So she invited Lisa. Lisa come over. And then she tells Lisa, when Seth came, she just broke down crying and stuff. She says to everybody say hi to the kids and all this other stuff. Lisa and Meredith go sit down on the couch, child, and this is where Juice and Tia and all that came in. So they start talking. So Lisa, of course, want to bring up pause. Meredith had brought up how she had lunch with Mary, Heather, and Whitney. And so she was like, oh, okay. So you had lunch with them and stuff. And so Meredith was like, yeah. And Heather had brought up that she needs to apologize to you. I didn't, say anything. I didn't bring up anything. She just said it at her own, her own free will and stuff. And she was like, okay, well, yeah, she do need to apologize. So then Lisa brings up how Meredith needs to apologize to Jen or something like that. I said, what Meredith got to apologize to Jen for? What did Meredith do to Jen? So then it came up like, no, because Meredith was like, no, I'm not. She owes me an apology. I have never done anything to Miss Jen Shaw. She doing all this stuff to me. So she started listing A, B, C, D, E, F, G on what not Lisa, why I keep messing these people's name up, Jen did to her. So she like, I'm not. So Lisa, she all pro Jen, like, well, I think that, you know, because she was hurt, so she wanted to hurt back, and she knew you was talking about this, so that's why she got mad, and, you know, she had said that, you know, she can't trust people, and all that stuff. So I said, girl, since when you been on the whole Jen train? Like, really? No, now you pro Jen, like, but Jen was talking trash about you behind your back or whatever. So, girl, bye. Meredith started getting mad. Everybody looking like, what's going on? Then Brooke started taking the bread out the oven. He like, well, let me see if we get this food popping. That bread look good though. But Lisa want to bring up how she was mistreated by Whitney and Heather. I said, girl, you cannot compare that because it does not compare. Jen was talking trash about Meredith's family. Whitney and Heather basically said you knew them in college or you didn't know them in college. And then that's like, make it make sense, boo. This Meredith and Seth stuff up here, your stuff all the way, it's not even in existence, okay? Don't even compare at all. But, girl, so then Meredith tells us that when she was telling Lisa about what Jen said, because she said, look, I told her that, you know, she talking trash about my son on Instagram, on Twitter, on all this stuff, and I tell her, you know, I could show you the proof. She don't want to see it. So Lisa want to be in denial about what Jen is doing, and that's bothering the hell out of Meredith because she like, I don't understand why she all in denial. Like, I got the proof right here, but yet she don't want to see the proof that I got. It's like she want to close it off, or she just want to be oblivious to it, like it ain't going on. And that's just how Lisa is, child. You can't tell her nothing. She think that she just think that she right all the time. Nobody wrong. I mean, not nobody wrong. She right all the time. Everybody else wrong. And this whole she on Jen's team. I'm like, I don't understand, girl. And why would you say Meredith owe her an apology? Somebody make it make sense. Am I missing something? I must have missed that. Look, I'm about to rewatch the last season because I'm trying to figure out why the hell would Meredith owe Jen an apology. Like, that threw me when she said that. But at any rate, at the end, they dedicated the dinner to the dad, like I said, and then the daughter, Chloe, is that her? And I think her name is Chloe. She did like the blessing and stuff because, child, they couldn't even bless the candles. They had forgot the whole prayer. She was like, well, I'm glad I knew it because y'all was banking on me to know it. But then that's how it ended. But they showed what the season gonna look like, and it looked like it's finna be on and popping. And it looked like Jenny is a little firecracker, and they better watch out, child. But I am excited to see what the new season will bring us. What y'all thought about the new season, the premiere, and the episode? Y'all let me know what y'all felt about the episode down in them comments. And also, like, fill me in, because I know I'm missing some stuff. So put it down there in them comments, y'all. Y'all know how y'all get me right. Anyway, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you ended up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and the share button. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.